we want to answer the big question, which is, why would someone want to live here, right?
That's it.
It's not just why would someone want to live here. Why would someone have to live here, right?
Yep.
So making those distinctions, the want to can be everything from what? I mean, what are some reasons why someone would want to live in a given market?
In a given neighborhood or a given area of a market, schools in that community are great, and they have children. That's what they want to be. They want their kids to go to a good school. Mm-hmm. And quite frankly, a lot of it could be just that's what we can afford.
It's where we have to live.
Yes, we have to live. Yeah.
Some of the tours that we've gone on, San Antonio. What's been some of your favorite spots in or areas in San Antonio?
From a personal perspective, I mean, the downtown's cool. Right?
Yeah, the Riverwalk.
Yeah, I mean, it's cool. The Alamo. I mean, that's some great history, right?
Yeah,
I enjoy that. I think
the Quarry up north there.
Yeah, that's
cool.
Good. That's
cool spot.
Yep.
Yeah, and like being an outsider, making a decision about which markets to kind of get into. It's kind of neat to go to these markets and discover, like you mentioned, the Alamo. That was a really cool spot. I had no idea that Bowie from the Bowie knife. I want to say David Bowie, but that's not right. I can't remember his first name, John Bowie. And I didn't realize that Davy Crockett was in the Alamo when they went and massacred that place. And so Davy Crockett died at the Alamo.
Right.
What are some, San Antonio has these awesome spots. Where do you like in Memphis?
Well, I mean, Beale Street's fun.
Beale Street?
Live music. I mean, I love live music, so it's just a hoot. You go down there and go from one place to the other, and it's amazing how many talented musicians that nobody's heard of are around.
That are just these old dudes who've been ripping it on Beale Street forever.
Yep.
And you're like, they travel. So what I found out was when some of these traveling bands need various types of musicians, they call these guys that are on Beale Street and say, hey, can you shred the guitar on this? Can you do the bass on this? Can you? Yeah. When they're not doing those one-off things, they're sitting there just jamming on Beale Street. And you and I can sit there drinking Tennessee whiskey, or me drinking Tennessee whiskey, and sitting there just being like, wow, this is cool.
Yeah.
Right, Beale Street.
Awesome.
Food places. What do you like? Do you remember the names of them?
Well, I like Babalu, but the one place I really like is right downtown. Oh, I can never remember the name.
Atomic Slims.
That's what it is.
Or do you like McEwen's?
And McEwen's is good too.
Yeah.
But that Atomic Slims redfish with the crawfish sauce.
Yeah.
Good night. It's good.
Memphis, they talk about being known for barbecue.
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you, I think they've got that Soulfish Cafe with
place.
Catfish, dude. Like, unbelievable.
Yeah, it's unbelievable. It really is.
So then, those are the fun parts of going to these markets. You go and you get to the restaurant, and you go to see the live music. And even when we went, we got to see John Morant playing with the Memphis Grizzlies and Wemby against the Spurs.
His rookie year. Yeah, cool. It was wild.
Very cool. So then those are some of the positive parts.
Sure.
What are some of the negative parts? We've got several stories about just being in these markets. Sometimes a little funky, sometimes dangerous.
Yeah, when you said dangerous, it spurred a memory.
Yeah.
We were in North City, St. Louis, and we were going to look at a house. You drive up, there's bullet holes in the brick and the windows. You go up to the door, you open the door, there's blood everywhere.
Yeah. Like literal real blood.
Real blood.
Looks like a scene from Dexter.
Yeah, it really did. And then, the house is full of stuff, right? So we're meandering through the house, and you go downstairs, and they obviously had some sort of prostitution ring in the basement.
Something.
All kinds of different curtains with booths.
Yeah.
I mean, it was.
Yeah.
I remember when I got out of there somehow, must have been on a doorknob or something, but I had touched something, and then I touched my face. I had lipstick all over my face. I was talking. I was like, yeah, that's old Trixie.
Old Trixie got you.
Old Trixie got me.
Well, yeah, I mean, we walk out of there, and I'm like, oh, yeah, this is the reason why we go and grade these markets, because we don't buy in those areas.
Right.
It's as simple as that. Like, people give us a hard time about, you're doing deals in Memphis and St. Louis, and those are dangerous places or whatever. No, not all of Memphis is dangerous. Not all of St. Louis. In fact, it's more media hype than anything else.
That's right.
What's a better headline to sell clicks and whatever? Safe place in Memphis, great for families, or, another murder, right? Yeah. It's like, now, we have actually witnessed, I don't think the word murder is the right word, but we have actually witnessed
a killing.
Somebody dying by gunshot.
Yeah.
You want to tell that story? You want me to?
Why don't you fill in? I'll start.
Okay.
We were looking at one of our properties and just checking up on it. It was
That we
vacant.
had bought a long time
Yes.
ago when this was a safer area that has now since changed, and we have now out of that area. Disclaimer, disclaimer, disclaimer.
Yes, correct. And so we were wrapping it up, and all of a sudden, I thought it was firecrackers.
Me too. Some kids lighting off firecrackers.
Yeah, exactly. So we looked down the street, like, I don't know, 4 houses away.
Yeah.
Probably. Here's this guy and a bunch of cops, and they shot him right in front of a school. Right by a school window.
Right by a school window.
Elementary school window.
Yes. Yes. And the only reason why we weren't down the road longer is our deal manager there in Memphis, AJ. We had just got done looking at this house. We were getting it ready to sell, so we didn't have to deal with it anymore. It's cleaned. It's great. We're looking at the rehab. Okay. We're heading to the car. And I think you said, hey, did we lock that? And she goes, oh, yeah, I forgot.
Right.
Like she's normally really on top of it, but that particular time she forgot. Because had she locked it like normal and gotten into the car, we're driving literally right down the street, 4 houses down to where this police shooting is going on, right? So she goes back up, locks the door, and fireworks, pop, pop, pop. What's going on? You're getting behind the house or behind the car or something. Like,
you were running down the street with your phone.
I'm like trying to get a video of it. One guy runs by with a cop chasing him. Another guy runs by with a cop drawn down on him. And boom, boom, boom. This man lost his life. Some house in 38127.
Yeah.
In Fraser there in Memphis. And so you're like, yeah, there are areas to absolutely avoid.
Sure.
And it's the art and science of real estate. One of the things that I like to mention here is you're from Michigan.
Correct.
How close to Detroit? Did you spend much time in Detroit?
Yeah, I spent a lot of time in Detroit.
Yeah.
I actually worked downtown Detroit when I started my career in consulting.
Back then, or even before then, it wasn't like it is now, right? With the bankrupt city and all that kind of stuff. At one point in time, Detroit was it was the Motor City.
Yeah.
Like thriving, great place. Now you can buy houses in Detroit for $500. Of course, you got to pay up all the taxes and all that kind of stuff. But like Detroit didn't slide because when you were there, I don't know if it was when you were there, but definitely before then, it was a great city, right?
Yeah, it was great probably until the 60s.
Yeah. And so when you're looking at it, you're like, you've got all these sports franchises. You got the Tigers. Yeah. You've got the Red Wings. You've got the Lions.
The Pistons. Yeah.
The Pistons. You've got all 4 major sports teams in what is Detroit considered. You can buy houses for pretty cheap there. There's some parts of Detroit that you don't want to be in, right?
No, there's some parts you don't want to even drive in.
Don't even drive through, right? That didn't happen overnight.
No.
That takes time. Right. And so part of the reason why, comfortable telling the story about these houses that have issues, when you're paying attention to these markets, you get to see the shift. It doesn't happen overnight.
Right.
We called Fraser being what it was years ago and have been slowly exiting out of it when it makes sense. And so now we're pretty much, I think we only got a handful left in Fraser, maybe not even any. I don't know if we have any.
We have one that we're getting ready to exit. They just moved out.
We're going to exit that. Yep. So it's like when we're talking about what we're looking for in a real estate market, the art and the science, yes, we want to keep the data going. We want to see the prices, the price to rent ratio. Is it appreciating? Are there signs of commerce? It's a smart thing to go and subscribe to the business journal for that city. Like we've got a friend of ours, Rob, who is all about that stuff, right? He used to go and show us all these places in Memphis or St. Louis or wherever we were at. Oh yeah, they've got a planned development for this. They got a planned development for that. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
So it's like, okay, that takes some data. But what more than that, it takes getting boots on the ground, going into the gas stations. Thanks for watching. Hit the subscribe button right now. You don't want to miss the next episode. Every week, we drop practical money strategies and real stories that'll change the way you think about wealth.